Welcome to Luxury Dallas. We're your go-to guide for the city's finest. Coming up on today's show, we sit down with Shay Geyer of IBB Design to find out all they have to offer in custom furniture, design services, and fine furnishings for your home or office. Then we take a trip to the offices of Dr. Jeffrey Adelglass of Skintastic to hear about the advances in liposuction and other beauty enhancements. And get your pens ready because we'll be sharing with you the inside details of the upcoming annual Celebrity Waiter Luncheon and all the shenanigans that are fit to talk about on TV and how you can get your tickets. So don't go anywhere because this promises to be another exciting show. Over the past number of years, med spas and the variety of cosmetic procedures and treatments they offer have grown quite considerably. With all that there is to offer, many of us naturally have questions and want information about these procedures. Joining us today is Dr. Jeffrey Adelglass, owner of Skintastic. Dr. A, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So what made you start Skintastic?
Well, it was really my desire to do something that was wonderful, fulfilling, and great. And what I do all day is make beautiful women more beautiful and men more handsome. It's a very fulfilling job.
That's awesome. So what is it about your approach that sets you apart from the other clinics in the Dallas-Fort Worth area? You're even in a hospital, right?
Yes, I am. You know, I've been doing this for 30 years, and as I started, I'm a fellow of the American College of Surgeons, a fellow of the American Academy of Cosmetic Surgery, a fellow of the American Academy of Facial Plastic and Reconstructive Surgery. So I've learned and accomplished a lot over the years, and my patients benefit from this.
So true. So what kind of feedback do you hear from your patients after they come back?
The best feedback I get is referral of their friends and family. Just today, one of my patients said his mother's coming in, and how that warms my heart.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. A.
Well, thank you.
So if you are interested in learning more about cosmetic procedures, contact Skintastic. Skintastic offers cutting-edge technology with excellence in patient care. Visit the website to learn more, and remember to stay tuned for more informative videos like this one. Skintastic, your beauty realized. IBB Design is so much more than just a furniture store. I was excited to sit down with Shay Geyer and learn not only how they got started, but also all the unique services that they offer their clients today. Let's find out more. I'm so excited today to be at IBB Design.
Yes.
And thank you for having us come out. Now, Shay, tell us, how did IBB get started?
Well, actually, my mother, Beth Rafferty, founded IBB gosh, when I was not even 2 years old, and I'm going to be 35 this year. So we've been in business for over 30 years, and a lot of people ask what IBB stands for. So my mom is Beth, and when it was just her on solo effort as a designer, it was Interiors by Beth. And so as we grew and she had other people coming underneath her to work as designers, it turned into IBB Design Group. And we built this showroom, this facility 8 years ago. And we went through a little bit of a rebranding, and now we are IBB Design Fine Furnishings because we want people to know that we're open to the public. You can just walk in to the store during normal business hours. The thing about it is when you walk in, you will work with one of our designers. So we started out as a design firm, and that is our business model. We're not just a furniture store. So as you walk around, you'll see that we love color, we love unique pieces, but we love designer elements. It's not your brown big box furniture store. We have 40,000 square feet here, so it is big. Wow. We are a big, even in the sense of a design firm, we have 19 designers here in Dallas, and then we also have 4 in Houston at a satellite office. So we're big in that regard, but we work as a team. It's like a family environment here. We all bounce ideas off of each other. When we can do any aesthetic because we have such a range of designers and talents on staff that work for us. We can really do just about any design style. So you'll see that carried out throughout the store. You'll see some very traditional pieces mixed in with some more softer contemporary and everything in between. My projects for me personally right now are ranging from what I have dubbed the European opulent estate, where everything is gold gilded and hand carved and, you know, Schoenbeck chandeliers.
Oh my gosh.
To another project I'm working on that's all white Carrara marble and very transitional grays and whites with pops of aqua and, you know, just very soothing and clean lines. So really it, you know, we offer that designer element. We sell right off the floor, so if a client comes in and they do want just an end table and they want to take it home in their car, they have that opportunity. But if they want to come in and they say, you know what, I love this look, I love what you guys are doing here, can you do my whole house, or can you do a room in my house? We can do that as well. So we kind of try to cater to every need that a homeowner would be looking for when designing their home. If they want to do it themselves, we're totally fine with that, and we'll help them put those pieces together. Or if they want it done from, you know, the tile that they're building their house, or if they're renovating the house, we can help them with those specifications. So
I also love the fact that you guys also can do custom furniture. So if someone comes in and says, my walls are this and my floor is this, put it together.
We can. My mom and I are actually designing an upholstery collection. We have a few pieces here at the store, but the first 3 pairs of chairs that we designed sold before they even made it out on the floor. We have a warehouse in the back, and people that have been clients of ours for years in the past know the warehouse we have in the back. It's sort of like Candyland. And they know, and they want to, you know, sometimes they bypass the showroom altogether, and there's like this mystery back there that they think we're hiding all the good stuff back there or something, but it's really not the case. I mean, it's all just, you know, more of what you're seeing out on the showroom floor. It's just curated out here, and then out in the warehouse, we're receiving all the new things. So
that's hilarious.
People know to go back to Candyland back there, and you know, we don't buy 10 of a sofa or 10 of a bed. So I think a lot of people, and we put all of our own designer elements on it. My mom, we have 6 designers that act as the buyers for the showroom, for the furniture store.
Wow.
And so we sit and we pick, you know, the fabric that's going to go on the seat cushion and the fabric that's going to go back on in the welt cord, or is it going to have nail heads to it? We sit down and design that with the manufacturers, and then like I said, my mom and I are putting together an upholstery collection that's just IBB. You won't see it anywhere else. And I also like to sort of tout that even though we carry lines that some of the other people in town carry, you're not going to see it like this, because we sit down and we put all of our own fabrics on it. We put all of our designer elements, and we put together what we think, you know, the general public wants when they see in a store.
So you get to put your own IBB stamp on it.
That's
so
right.
that really what you do offer is custom.
Correct.
Custom, only found here at IBB.
Yes.
I love that. Now let's talk about your designers, because you've got designers that, let's say some of them focus on just furniture, some of them are on drapery, you were saying?
Right, yes. So we actually have Jane, who is our soft goods manager, and so she does all the facilitation of our drapery design. So whereas if I'm working with a client, one of our other designers are working with a client, they might do the initial design. Jane will do the takeoff. That's her responsibility solely. So we send it off to the workroom. Everything is done turnkey here. So I mean, down to if the client wants us to put the linens and towels up on, you know, in the room, we've moved clients in. They'll take off to their vacation home, say, I want it done when I get home. So that we kind of work with that aspect in mind. And so Jane, her responsibility is draperies and bedding, all custom bedding we can do. And then all of our other designers can do anything from specifications from building a home or remodeling a home to furnishing a home you just built, or just refreshing the home that you're already in. And
now, do you work on more than just homes? Let's say, do you do corporate areas,
yes.
offices?
Yeah. One of our designers has a corporate account with AT&T, does all the executive offices downtown. I personally have done dentist offices. It's interesting that you say that because that's sort of how my mom got into the business. She was doing lots of pharmaceutical CEOs and oil and gas attorneys and oil and gas executives. They liked her style. They didn't want their office to feel where they were working every day. They wanted it to feel like home because they were spending so much time there. And then it would be like, we love what you did with our office, come to our house. And so she kind of started out in the commercial regard, but not in the sense that people think of it like cubicles and whatnot. We don't design that way. You'll see I did mint dentistry down off of Mockingbird and 75. And it has a very sort of W hotel, the chic vibe that doesn't feel like you're going to the dentist. And Dr. Harrison was very adamant about he wanted this cool space. So when we do commercial spaces, we keep that in mind. We keep that overall aesthetic, that it's not going to feel like the sterile commercial atmosphere when you're done with the project.
Which is great because really people can get a sense of, if you come to IBB's showroom, then you're going to get walking around. If you like the way you feel while you're walking around here, you're going to love the way you feel at home.
Right. And it's, and obviously here it's a store, it's a showroom, and since we sell off the floor, it literally changes every day. One of our designers, that's all she does is works on the showroom floor and then answers questions, for clients that are in here, and then also works alongside the designers when we're pulling for projects for clients. So we all wear a bunch of different hats here, and we try to, keep our staff very well rounded so that when we have a situation arise with a client, we can do everything we can to accommodate their needs.
To see more of what IBB Design can offer you, visit them in Frisco. When we return, we'll learn what Smart Lipo has to offer you. Luxury Dallas will be right back.
So, where'd you have it done? Cheryl, you look fantastic. Skintastic, girl. Skintastic over in Dallas. It was a perfect weekend. 5-star hotel, limo, just Jack and I, and no one in this town has a clue.
When it's time for a little nip tuck, let the pros at Skintastic set it all up over in Dallas. No hassle, no worry, and no one needs to know.
Fantastic. Skintastic.
Welcome back to Luxury Dallas, your go-to guide for the city's finest. We're in the offices of Skintastic and Dr. Jeffrey Adelglass, whose mission is to help you peel away the years, the sun, the worry, and, well, just plain old gravity. We're going to sit down with Dr. A and his staff to learn more about the advancements in liposuction and how it can not only make you look younger, but also feel better.
I've been practicing aesthetic medicine for over 30 years, and we were one of the first people to introduce Smart Lipo here in Dallas. The difference between traditional liposuction and Smart Liposuction is that Smart Lipo incorporates a laser. And what this laser does is it liquefies the fat, which makes it easier to remove. It also, by using this laser, it tightens the skin. So we get a dual result, not only a more shapely body, but tighter skin. Smart Lipo is my liposuction of choice, and the reason being the technology was thoroughly investigated. It works unbelievable, and none of the other companies have come up to the standard, in my opinion, that was set with Smart Lipo.
Smart Lipo is done in the office. It's a procedure that is very safe in the office. It uses a tumescent anesthesia, which is a local anesthesia, so you don't have to be put under general anesthesia like you would for traditional lipo. Very safe, very convenient for the patient, and yes, it's absolutely done in our office. Smart Lipo is best suited for someone who needs to lose inches. It is a definitive procedure. It is not a half measure. You can lose a lot of size and be sculpted really, really well with Smart Lipo versus some of the topical solutions. Men do very well with Smart Lipo. Love handles, places where you tend to store fat naturally, your abdomen. Some guys really get it in their chest. If you have that, this procedure is perfect for it. Women are great candidates for Smart Lipo because we tend to grab weight in the abdomen and in the thighs, and it becomes unattractive with time. So removing it, giving you back the figure you used to have, is one of the great benefits of Smart Lipo, and it's done really safely and conveniently in an office setting. The Smart Lipo procedure is done in the office. You will come in, Dr. Adelglass offers IV sedation, which makes this procedure so easy. You'll go in, you'll get an IV, you'll be relaxed, tumescence is done, Dr. Adelglass comes in, uses a laser, removes your fat, you'll be up and out of the office after about 3 to 4 hours. You'll go home, we'll see you back the next day. You can start resuming normal activities pretty shortly after. One of the questions that we often get asked at Skintastic is, what's the difference between traditional lipo and Smart Lipo? This cannula right here is a small, one of the original cannulas we used for traditional lipo. This is where the laser fiber goes through. You can see the size of the two cannulas is significant. This required an incision. This merely requires a 1.5 millimeter punch, which is a small hole that doesn't even require a stitch. And this is what Dr. Adelglass uses to remove the fat. As you can see, a lot smaller, a lot less downtime, a lot smoother patient. Recovery from Smart Lipo differs from traditional lipo because you don't have general anesthesia, so you don't have to recover from that. You're going to basically be in a compression garment, and what the compression garment does is it makes it comfortable for you, keeps your skin and your muscle moved together since you're missing that fat layer now. And basically, after 2 weeks of wearing the garment, you kind of go back to your normal life. Smart Lipo is really great in that you will see results the very next day. You will swell up after Smart Lipo to a certain extent, but every day it gets better and better. It takes about 3 to 6 months to get your final result. So don't buy that belt, or buy the belt, don't buy new clothes until you get to that point, because you're going to continue to shrink. After you've had Smart Lipo, those fat cells are in a can. They're not going to be back with you anytime soon. You can still gain weight with Smart Lipo, but you really have to work on it. Like I said, those fat cells, they're gone.
I firmly believe in Smart Lipo, but another important factor is the surgeon. I've been practicing aesthetic medicine for over 30 years. I have lots of experience, and it's important to have faith and trust in your surgeon. We have an excellent safety record and a great aesthetic record, and I love every day doing what I do.
One of the questions that we often get asked about our cannulas is, this being traditional and this being what Dr. Adelglass uses to remove fat from the Smart Lipo, the texture and the smoothness that's allowed. If you think of a cheese grater on the large side, if you've ever grated cheese, you'll see it really is not very smooth after you use a cheese grater on the large side. But they also have a very fine side, and this is a very fine cannula for making precision work. That allows you to make a very smooth surface, which is really hard to do with lipo. We're lucky to have Dr. Adelglass doing it.
I enjoy performing Smart Lipo because I love the results I get with my patients and the happiness I see on their faces. I get to make beautiful women even more beautiful. What a great job I have.
Now, I know that you've heard of the Ladies Who Lunch, but the annual Celebrity Waiter Luncheon is nothing like anything that you have heard of. Last year, we enhanced, now many called it disrupted, Mike Madonna's retirement press conference with sassy, styling Steve Kimball leading us all in his over-the-top rendition of YMCA. YMCA. is charged. But this year promises to be even better. I sat down with one of the co-chairs, Shay Geyer, to find out if I could get any of the surprises that they have planned out of her. Thank you so much for joining us today, Shay. I love this cover of Grand Lux with you and Maggie.
That was so much fun. Actually, we are just really thankful that Grand Lux gave us this opportunity to be on the cover to promote the Celebrity Waiter Luncheon. And we had a lot of fun doing this shoot. It was at Perry's downtown, the steakhouse.
Oh.
So lots of eye candy, and it was Grand Lux's food and wine issues, so they always try to tie the cover in somehow. And then they let us promote Celebrity Waiter inside the magazine. So
which is so nice. Now, okay, I have to ask you, because you and Maggie were co-chairs last year.
We were.
And we sold out.
We did.
Right? You had 25, almost 30 tables last year.
That's right.
You sold out. What made you decide to come back again this year?
Well, it was interesting. I think this last year was the second year for the Celebrity Waiter Luncheon benefiting Family Gateway. They actually asked us at the very end of the luncheon last year. It was such a success. People had such a good time. We raised a ton of money for Family Gateway. And really, we were caught up in the moment, and we were like, I guess all the hard work that we had put into it the year prior, you know, we were just like, oh, this was so great, and it was this moment of like our baby was, you know, born and you forgot about all the hard work that goes into putting it on, and we were like, of course we'll do it again. But they basically challenged us. They said they want to double the attendance and double, almost double the amount of funds raised.
Wow.
Because Family Gateway's overall mission, as Rob will tell you, the executive director, is to one day eradicate homelessness in Dallas. And so the only way that they can see that mission come to light is by doing fundraisers like this. And so I'm always up for a challenge, and I love to throw a party, and Family Gateway to me is just such a wonderful cause to be a part of, and I really do feel passionate about it. It is an organization that benefits homeless families with children, so they're very proactive in helping these families with all sorts of support, and it's something that I really believe in. And so I think that getting my friends in the community in Dallas together to help raise money, I feel very confident in asking people to help out with this. So
to help out. I love that they keep the family together.
Right.
Because I think most of the time when you find homeless situations, the children are removed from their families. Yeah. And I love that Family Gateway keeps the family unit together.
Well, Annette Strauss founded it 25 years ago. This is our 25th anniversary. I know, so it's a very big year, which also I've chaired events for other charities in the past, and I think when it's a big year like this, fundraising sometimes does go a little bit more smoothly because there's a lot more attention drawn to the cause, so that helps in our efforts as well. But I really think that with it being the 25th anniversary, there's all sorts of other ways that we can sort of play with that. The colors we're doing, like everywhere asking.
Yeah, we're white and silver.
White and silver, or black.
Or black.
We're asking people to wear that to the luncheon. So, and then we'll have a pop of color with Mr. Shane Walker doing our flowers.
Oh no! Do we get to hear what the pop of color is going to be?
It's going to be a surprise. But you know, me being an interior designer, I'm all about the pop of color.
I can't wait to see that.
So we'll have lots of fun with that, and then we also do sell the arrangements at the luncheon that day, which is another way that we raise funds. But Shane's designs are also spectacular.
Beautiful, absolutely amazing. Okay, so what are some of the surprises? What are you doing differently this year than you did from last year?
Well, Maggie and I really talked about this, and there was so much energy and adrenaline last year, and I think for us the biggest thing was organizing the tasks that the waiters were asked to do for tip money, because that was like the spectacle of the luncheon.
Oh, it was overwhelming. I felt so bad for Scott Murray last year. His hands were like, yes, hands were flowing with challenges, and it was really, it was.
So I think one of the ideas that we came up with, the way we're going to run it this year, is we're going to have a main stage, and so Any tip over $100, so they'll get the challenge cards. The guests will have a challenge card that they can fill out. They just put their bidder sticker on there and the amount that they want to donate.
Yeah.
And if it's over $100, that challenge will be presented to the luncheon audience on the main stage. Now, anything under $100, it'll be performed at the table. So a lot of times, like some of the waiters, like they'll steal someone's silverware, or they'll say, hey, go get me this kind of a drink, or I want Pellegrino instead of flat water. So, they'll tip their waiter $5 or something to go get them that drink. So those antics, if they want them to sing a song. I know Amy Vanderoff was the first year that Family Gateway did this. They had her sing. I don't know if anybody knows that she actually is a really good singer.
She's a really good singer.
Good singer. It's funny because these local celebrities that help out with this event, and some of them I've known for years, and you were like, I didn't know you could do the human pretzel hand lock-in, which I just discovered.
That's really not a pretzel.
So, and then Lene Faring and Tracy Rathbun did the splits last year.
Seriously, my mouth did not shut for 5 minutes after I saw them on the stage, because they just they were standing there and then they just were like,
plopped down. Yes. I know, and I was just sitting there going, okay, these remarkable women already who I admired for their restaurateuring around Dallas. I love their restaurant, Shinsei. And they were just like these women of all trades. I'm just sitting here going, these savvy business women and their flexibility.
I remember last year when they did that.
Right.
And and I had so much fun last year. Kim Fisher and I did a wrap-off.
Yes, and that was hilarious.
Oh my gosh, Kim definitely beat me, but nothing beat Steve Kimball's YMCA.
Okay, that was the talk of the town. The audience may have heard of the luncheon because next door at the Ritz, we were at the Ritz-Carlton, but the ballroom next to us, Mike Madonna was giving his retirement speech, and at the time he stepped to the podium, Steve Kimball, who is our masterful MC this year, along with Scott Murray, but Steve is a great ringleader.
Oh my God.
He was leading the crowd on their feet doing the YMCA, and we have that actually made YouTube.
There's a video of it.
It went viral before the luncheon was even over. So that's the great thing about social media too.
Oh, that's what you gotta love that. Well, I'm excited. So tell me, is there anything else besides the main stage being $100? Are there any, let's say, special videos that might be shown this year?
Yes, we have which you're participating in. We shot a really fun video that we're going to kind of kick off the luncheon, show people what the luncheon's all about, how we're raising money throughout the afternoon for Family Gateway, how it works. We have some comedic antics as part of that as well.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But it's a fun day, and it's a great cause. It's not your typical Dallas luncheon. It's not stuffy. You may cry a little bit because we are going to tell you really why we're there, and we'll show you, kind of the meaning about Family Gateway, and that is heart-wrenching.
That's part of it.
It is heart-wrenching, but it is upbeat. We're not going to have a speaker that's going to bring you to tears. This is upbeat. This is fun. This is let's have a blast and do this for a good cause type of luncheon.
Who can we expect to see as your waiters this year?
We have we have you, Liam Locken, and then of course Rich Emberlin from Dallas SWAT.
Yes, the women had a great time last year getting handcuffed by him.
That's right. He is always a hoot. We have Hunter and Maria Sullivan, who was this dynamic.
Sang and was giving away CDs last year.
Deandra Simmons, Daniel Lewis, hairdresser from Sheer Genius.
Love him.
He's fantastic. We have Danielle Vollmer from Eye Opener.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Luxury Dallas, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. But until then, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter to stay updated on all that is this city's finest. Luxury Dallas has been brought to you by Skintastic, your beauty realized. For information on booking a segment, contact Lamont PR. This has been a production of Media Matters, when your message needs to matter.